Good morning there. Thank you very much, Michael, for inviting me to speak, and thank you for inviting ESB to be one of the industrial partners on to the Marin project. We've valued it highly. So it's very interesting to speak at the end of this very good couple of days here, almost at the end. As ESB is an electricity utility, our aim is to develop in ocean energy is to develop projects to generate power from the oceans, and it's really through doing that the value in all the research and technology development we've seen through the last couple of days. That's where it'll be that opportunity will be taken. So it's very interesting to have the chance to speak. I can't work this system. Let's try again. That's better. So I'll give a bit of a background as to who. It's a bit low there for me. I'll try and give a bit of a background as to who ESB is, then speak a bit about where we are with ocean energy, a bit about technology, or the technologies we've worked with, and how we do work with technology, and then particularly speak about the Westwave project. That's the project which I manage, looking to develop a first pre-commercial but significant sized wave project on the west coast of Ireland. So, Electricity Supply Board, that's what ESB stands for. It was one of the early activities of the new Irish state to form up at a hydroelectric dam just south of here in Ardnacrusha, a vertically integrated utility, both supplying energy, transmitting energy, and selling energy to the end customer. We're state-owned and have obviously different businesses. As I said, the supply, 1.5 million customers, generation 6 gigawatts of generation, 8,000 staff. We own all the transmission assets and the distribution assets, both in the Republic and Northern Ireland. And we also operate very much internationally. We've over 2 gigawatts of generation between the UK and Spain, mostly thermal, with a growing wind portfolio there. And then we've, myself and my colleagues have done many projects across different countries. So over 115 countries, I think we're at the moment. As with other utilities, there's particularly in Europe, there's a drive to move to decarbonise electricity generation. ESB is at the forefront of that. These give 5 areas where we're looking to achieve that, and also gives an idea of where ocean energy sits within the whole company's planning. So ocean energy would sit alongside wind as the development of a renewables business of scale, and also we'd also be looking at different sustainable generation along with that, whether that's biomass or clean coal. Internationally, as a company, we have to grow with regional utilities, regional markets. Nowadays, we heard yesterday Ireland is one market. In the future, Ireland and Britain will be one market. So we're operating very much and growing in that market. As a major owner and operator of networks, that's very important to us. And a project which was mentioned just about yesterday was the eCars project. You'll see around just outside the hotel where we had dinner last night is an eCar charging point, and across Ireland one can drive the whole distance of Northern and Southern Ireland with no issues on an electric vehicle. And also delivering carbon reduction at the customer side. Why should ESB be involved in ocean energy? It's as I said, renewable businesses scale. That's where our business is at the moment. Ocean energy is research and development. There's a future there, and that's what we see is that beyond 2020, the ocean energy could fit in as within the next generation renewables, with a world-class resource here in Ireland. That gives us opportunities for very large scale developments in ocean energy. Obviously, the background of all the European, UK, Irish government policy that supports it as well, and therefore we're involved. I have to apologise to Roger up there, but when we speak about ocean energy at the moment, we're looking at wave energy and tidal stream energy. So technically, obviously, wave energy is stored wind energy. It's variable but more predictive than wind. Tidal stream energy driven by the moon. ESB previously has had a good look at tidal barrage energy. I have a report on my desk which is from 1978, where we looked at all the inlets around, it was obviously before my time, looked at all the inlets around Ireland and identified the best ones for tidal barrage energy, but we haven't progressed that in the last 35 years. You'll all be familiar with these sort of slides. This is where the wave energy resource is. It's the North Atlantic. It's very strong. Up the northern part of the North Atlantic, off Ireland, we would have the strongest wave resource near a population in the world. The real map of Ireland, this is something which Thomas was speaking about a bit with the Marine Institute. They've been surveying this whole area. 10 times the land area of Ireland is underwater. So there's a huge opportunity for Ireland economically from that area. Now, in terms of where does ocean energy fit in, this image shows the British Isles and northern France, and the whole drive from the European directives, decarbonisation. What one has to look at is what the best next renewable is. To drive for the demand down in the southeast, particularly south and east, particularly in England, but then across in the continent as well. At the moment, there's no bones about it. The biggest renewable in this area is onshore wind. There's much onshore wind. Ireland is renowned internationally for how much onshore wind it's got on its island. It's interconnected but not strongly interconnected network. Very often we hit 50% of the total generation coming from onshore wind. However, amongst many of the areas, it's harder. The future onshore wind projects are becoming harder to permit. So the next stage of renewables, you're looking at offshore wind. The earlier projects marked in yellow dots there, they'll be on the shallower sandbanks. There's 7 gigawatts of that, but there's more renewables needed to meet the decarbonisation targets. You're looking at offshore wind. These yellow polygons, deeper water again, harder, more challenging, further from market, bigger scale as well. And that's where the future option for wave resource and tidal resource begins to sort of fit in and potentially compete against in that market for the best new entrant renewable, as we would see in the period beyond 2020. For them to be there as a business of scale, it'll have to be at least as commercially attractive as future offshore wind. Can that happen? We would say yes, it can. That's why we're in this business. If one looks at the typical energy density within the flows of those renewable resources at a typical capacity level, for wind, you're looking around 1,000. For tidal, a multiple of that. For wave, a larger multiple. However, the technology has to be there to allow that to happen. And to get there, there needs to be a market to show the reliability, to show the performance, to get to the economies of scale. We've heard a bit about development life cycle. This is a slide taking some information which was back in the 2006 Ocean Energy Strategy, which looked at how technology should be delivered, how the industry should be supported in Ireland. There's been lots of work in the green area there, which is the tank test nursery site, new concepts pilots. We've heard from 2 very great Irish companies this morning. the next stage, test sites, full-scale demonstrators of Open Hydro is fantastic what they're doing out in France. Up in Northern Ireland, you'll be looking at MCT and a number of wave devices. Over in Scotland, it's a European market. We would see these developments anywhere. They're beneficial. But beyond that, where we're looking to is small, medium, larger commercial arrays. That's our aim. That's where we're looking to make a business. On the way there, we're not going to run before we can walk. The project which we're looking at is I've been managing the Westway project, the 5 megawatt project, pre-commercial array, high risk, unsure about the reliability, but using technology which is proven through full-scale demonstrators and then de-risking it before going into the larger commercial arrays. ESB, we're a large company, we've done a lot of different things. Some of those are highlighted here, whether that's early work with the Marine Institute on mapping the Irish wave resource, some work up in Scotland looking at tidal energy there, working with a range of different technology developers in the middle, and we've also been working up at the Balmoral site, providing the engineering. Our engineers have provided the engineering design, the environmental work in preparing that with SEAI. Very interesting project at the moment. We've heard about it a couple of times, the 25 million Science Foundation Ireland project led by UCC, Galway, NUIG, and Mike is a lead partner on that as well. We're very pleased to have heard that got funding. We're a industrial partner on that, contributing both in time and financially directly. So we're looking forward to further work with Mike and his partners over that. The Westway period, the Westway project, sorry. This is a pre-commercial project looking to deliver the first wave farm in Ireland, taking one technology, procuring that as we would for a commercial project, such as a wind project, a thermal power station, to deliver a small power station for us, 5 megawatts, at an acceptable cost, demonstrate technology readiness, develop supply chain in Ireland, and develop public acceptance. We're very pleased in December the European Commission's awarded us the only Irish project, the only wave project to get the new entrants reserve funding, a 19.8 million fund there. It's actually payable as an additional tariff on generation, so it really has focused our minds now. For us to avail of that funding, we have to send the electrons down the wire. So that's that of course raises the stakes for us. What do we do on this project? PDM, that's a project delivery model. That's the way we manage projects to ensure that there's no risk, clear stage gates, and to deliver projects in a robust way, and to ensure that we always deliver successful projects. We've a few pictures of technology devices there. Those are companies, Irish and international companies, who Ocean Energy is one of them, who we've partnered with in developing the project to date. We work through the standardization committees of the IEC, and also our own technical specialists to assess technologies and to procure them as we would through the European Journal notices, to ensure that we will be procuring technology which is done in an open, a competitive way, and also procuring technology which is ready for the project. Out at site, we've been identifying some good sites for this. We've been developing those, whether that's ensuring we've been measuring the waves, measuring the seabed, in partnership with different people there, particularly the Infomar project with the Marine Institute and Geological Survey of Ireland. And then also, we heard some of the barriers to entry, grid connection, environmental, stakeholder management. We've been covering all that off. I think in the last 2 years, I've had over over 250 meetings. We keep a record of it all in terms of all the different stakeholders, from fishermen up to government ministers, everyone we've met to explain this new project to them. Then delivering supply chain, that's important for us in terms of making sure that we can build this and it's done well. So we've worked there, we've did a comprehensive report with Enterprise Ireland, the National Export and Small Company Support Agency, and also worked with all the different ports across Ireland to see where their capability would be for this project, and also down the line at our commercial ambitions. I have a few slides now on the project. This is West Clare on a slightly gloomy day. Wave Energy has a variety of technologies. You have to pick the site which suits them, whether they're built into the shoreline, whether they're more directly into the seabed or floating further offshore. So of the 4 technologies which we are partnered with, one can see that some of them would be fixed, directly piled or otherwise attached into rocky outcrops not far from the shore. Others would be in sandy, this more mat-covered area is just the sand and mud sediments, would be floating and moored in those sort of areas. Technology readiness, I won't speak too much about this, but at the moment the leading technologies are, we would describe TRL5 to TRL8, and they'll need to meet TRL8 before we'll purchase them. What that means is that they work, they've proven their performance. However, they haven't had many years of operation yet. They haven't proven their reliability naturally, and so their reliability and maintenance, those are the big risks on this project, the costs and the availability driven by those. And this, with the West Ray project, looks to see us through to prove that, so that we can step into future commercial projects. We always talk about what we hear, fierce environment, challenging, all this sort of things. We put a buoy out in November 2011. This is the first 2 months of it, after we got it out. Very briefly, for a couple of hours, did the waves drop below a significant wave height of 3 meters. During this whole period, there would have been no fishing boats, no boats at all in that area because of the fierceness of the waves. I think within a month we had a significant wave heights over 11 meters. That's 20-meter high waves. That's twice as high as this building, I guess. It's terrifying. So this is where we see ourselves. This is why we're doing ocean energy: security of supply, sustainable economic benefits. We're sure it'll be part of the all-island market renewable mix. Industry activity, ourselves, other utilities, smaller technology development companies, big system integrators, all coming into the market slowly but steadily over the last few years. ESB is a very active role. We're pleased to be involved now. The commerciality, of course, depends on technology, cost reduction progress, and we see the commercial options in the 2020s, and we'll be involved until then. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll take any questions afterwards.